On today's video, we're going to get into part 2 of free roll steer, how to make your car faster on the right rear. We're going to cover 3 or 4 more topics. More on that when we get back. On this video, we're going to talk about the right rear again, free roll steer on the right rear, how to acquire or accomplish free roll steer on the right rear. And today, we're going to cover 4 topics: location, rear end location, side to side, bar angles and how they create rear steer, bar angle adjustments to free the car up, and static rear steer. Those are the 4 topics we're going to cover. So let's dive into this and see if we can learn a little more about freeing up the car on the right rear. The first topic is rear end location. Locating the rear end side to side in the car. Now, generally, if you buy a car or you get it from a builder, you typically, that's already assembled, you already have designated the spot the rear end's going to be in. Okay? Most rear ends are located in the car to make the car tighter. Most of them are left wheels aligned or left side aligned. So, and basically kind of on a 2-offs. So here recently, people have been experimenting with different length rear ends and different wheel offsets. But most of this is in the name of making the car tighter. Okay. The rear end side to side can move about an inch from left side wheels aligned to right side wheels aligned. Okay. And as you know, by putting an offset on, 1 inch is a big difference. So in freeing up your car, first thing you need to do is really check your wheel location. I don't know how many times I've heard guys say, oh yeah, I'm this, I'm that. I've got rear steer, but when it comes right down to doing it, it's not being done. And when it is done, it ain't exactly what you thought you had. So the best way to determine where you're starting from is by checking it. Checking the rear steer or the rear location, and you're going to check multiple things at the same time. But checking the side-to-side location of the rear end is very important. So either string the left side tires, get you a piece of angle aluminum and put it on the tires and see where the rear end is. Do something to prove to yourself exactly where the rear end is. Okay. And if it's not where you thought it was, don't initially, okay, let's move it. Let's evaluate where it's at. And then let's decide if we really need to move it right or left. Okay. Eventually, I'd like to see you guys do a right rear wheel alignment. I'd like to see the right rear tire get moved out from its 4 off or 3.5 off location that a lot of guys are running. Okay. We're just trying to free the car up, trying to get it on the right rear. So remember, drive is for going straight, and rear steer or free roll steer is for going around the corners. Now, we have to do both, and we can do both either kind of good or really good. That's where we're at. So step number 1, locating the rear end side to side, making sure that we know where it is or document where it is so we can start making adjustments on our way to freeing up the car. Step number 2, bar angles or bar angles to create roll steer. Okay, so we'll just kind of go over this in a 4-bar car, like a modified, not a metric stock car, because in most metric stock cars, you don't really get an option of what you can do with the bars. You don't get that option. Now, because for multiple reasons. One, the rules say stock location. The chassis manufacturer usually supplies the rear end in a stock car, which means he's got this thing jigged up somehow to do what it's going to do. So in a stock car, it's really important to know where your wheels are, because he may have that right rear lead, thinking that he's putting drive in the car, making the car have more drive. Okay, but we're just making the car tighter and harder to drive. So, a lot of times guys tell me I got rear steer. Please, in a stock car, check it. Okay, very little you can do, but there is some you can do to get some rear steer in the car, get some bar angle in the car, but there's very little you can do. In a modified, you can run your left side rods more parallel, and this will create steer. Okay, you can make bar adjustments on the right rear to free up the car. And we'll cover that in step 3. But not having the cars and having the bars so separated to make drive. So when we separate the bars, car wants to go forward. When we parallel the bars, left rear especially, the car will rotate better or create more dynamic 4-bar steer, mechanical steer in the car. Okay, that's what we kind of want, mechanical steer in the car. This is the whole part of extended left load, cammed over, is to get the car up, get it in position, get rear steer in the car. Same thing is true in a stock car, in a hobby stock car. We're trying to get the car in posture, and we're trying to not change the posture. So mechanical steer comes from bar angles, bar lengths, in a modified 17-15 bar lengths. Is better than a 16-17 or a 17-17. So if we have a 1-inch split, we're going to have a tighter race car. Just remember that. 2-inch split, it's been kind of the golden rule for a long time. So it's a good one to kind of go by, and it works well. So bar angles create roll steer mechanically when the car gets up on the bars. Pulls the left rear forward, drives the right rear back, and ultimately, we want that in our car. Bar adjustments to free up the car. I'm going to put up a chart for bar adjustments. And I want you to notice the chart is for both tightening and loosening the car. Okay? But let's look at loosening. And we'll start on a 4-bar car. And this applies to a stock car, even though you can't do much adjustment. But you can, in most series, adjust the left rear down and the right rear up. So you can make these adjustments. So think about these adjustments while we're reading them. To loosen corner entry, lower right rear top 4-link on chassis, okay? Lower the right rear top 4-link bar on chassis. Okay, free up entry. To loosen corner entry, raise right rear lower 4-link bar on chassis. Okay, so that may be the biggest downfall to that adjustment. But that adjustment is going to also loosen middle of corner by raising that bar. It's also going to loosen exit a little. Okay, but the biggest part of that is trying to be free through the center of the corner and be on throttle. So if you're not on throttle going through the center of the corner, you're giving up a lot of corner. You're giving up a lot of distance around the corner to make speed, mile per hour. We need to make that mile per hour. We need to be back on throttle early entry. So on the bottom of that, it says raising left bottom 4-link rod on chassis will create more hike, more roll steer. Therefore, loosening the car or freeing the car up on throttle. Okay, that's what we want to do. We want to free the car up on throttle. We got to be on throttle going through the corner. 3-link cars. Let's put that one up. 3-link cars. Lengthen to loosen entry. Lengthen right rear bar To loosen up, to free the car up through the center, raise right bar on chassis. Okay, it's the same as the lower bar. Raising the right lower on chassis will also free it up on exit. So you got to have that wheel load in there. The car's got to be on the right rear. Okay, it needs to be stepped out some, but it's got to be on the right rear. So freeing the car up with the bars is step number 3, and a very good step or option. It's not being done very much. A little side note to that, when you raise that right rear lower bar, go ahead and maybe put 2 turns in the left front. Allow that left front load to start feeding that right rear, keeping load in the right rear, allowing you to run that car on that rail, as we talk about, that fictitious rail that the car is going to load itself against. It's the right rear. You can load these cars on entry against the right rear and give them just about as much throttle as you want. In a B mod, stock car, hobby stock, I believe you can give it all the throttle you can give it. In an A mod, it's going to be a little different story. IMCA A mod, give it all the gas you got. In an open motor car, you're talking about a lot of difference. A UMP car, you're talking about a lot of difference because of the tire. Okay, moisture, slick. We're talking about being in the slick on the right rear, throttling the car before center of entry, making speed through the corner. That's the secret to winning these races. Okay, static number 4, static rear steer, trailing the car. And when guys say, okay, I'm going to trail the car, that means moving the right rear back. That doesn't mean moving the left rear forward. Moving the left rear forward is going to make the car tighter. Okay, moving the right rear back. So let's say we're on a 42-inch bar split, and let's say we're on a 3-link car, and we're going to trail 3/8 of an inch. We're going to trail 3/8 of an inch on the right rear on a 42 split. That means that the left rear is actually going to go forward about 1/8 of an inch, and the right rear is going to go back a little over a 1/2 inch. So we created we'll just call a total steer statically of 5/8 at the tire, even though we only moved it at the rod 3/8 of an inch. Okay. When we generally talk about it, we talk about what we do at the rod. So we don't really, most people don't understand what it does at the tire. Okay, if you're a team member, this will be in the new team member book. You can look this up. This will be a new team member book will be coming out soon. Been working on it, been adding tons of stuff to it. I'm really excited about it. I'm kind of got a little writer's lock, I guess you call it, or block or whatever. But I'm, we're on a rain out. It's we're also on a weekend off, but it's going to be a rain out, so we're not going anywhere. And I'm going to dedicate a lot of hours tomorrow to the book. Okay, this is all I'm doing to help you guys. So if you're not a team member, you're missing out. Static rear steer. Now, on a 180-inch wheelbase car, 108.5, 109 and 1/8, we got 5/8 rear at the tire. We are 1 inch. If you put that straight edge on to the right front, we're 1 inch out at the center line. Okay, rear steer. It's not a bad thing. It's a great thing. Car needs it. The car needs it. A lot of guys are like, oh, I've heard many reasons from it'll make me too tight, it'll make me too loose. Okay, so I've heard it all. But the bottom line is the car does need it. And the car will get around the corner better with mechanical steer in the car and static steer in the car. The car will get around the corner better as we move the right rear out. We're freeing the car up, we're putting it on that rail, and we're throttling it through the corner. Great drivers are already doing this. And our goal here is to make you guys great drivers. So let's work on it. The 4 points for this video is rear end location side to side, how bar angle makes steer, bar adjustment to create steer or a freer condition, and static steer. These are our 4 topics for this week. We got one more video coming your way about freeing up the car. I hope you guys are enjoying these. If you are, like, subscribe, help us grow our channel. Okay, if you comment, if you have comments, please comment. Let's work on this deal together. So our goal is to make you faster. That's our goal. So remember, go fast, go left. God bless you. And we'll see you all right back here the next time. Thanks.